Welcome to Virtual STEM Club Littles Edition Music Maker. My name is Miss Eileen and I'm going to be taking you through the project today and showing you step by step how to make your music maker. So you should have already received your Take and Make bag here at the library. That's going to have all the supplies that you need, but you will also need to grab a pair of scissors. So caregivers, please make sure that you have a pair of scissors ready. And just so you are aware, this is going to be a team effort. So littles and caregivers, you're going to have to work together to create 3 different harmonicas. So in your Take and Make bag, we have supplies to make 3 different sizes. And what we're gonna do is once we've made those 3 different sizes, we're gonna play our harmonicas and we're gonna see how the sound differs from one size to the next. And here's just my example, my sample project. All right, so I'm really excited to show you guys how to make your first harmonica. And then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna replicate those steps for the other 2 sizes, okay? So let's jump right into the project here in just a minute. Okay, littles and caregivers, so what I've done here is I've emptied out my Take and Make bag onto my table in front of me. I have the pair of scissors that I mentioned earlier sitting here at the ready. And what you see are 3 different sizes of popsicle sticks. So you should have 2 really, really big ones, 2 medium-sized ones, and 2 little itty-bitty small ones. And then for each set of popsicle sticks, what you're gonna have is 1 brown rubber band, so there should be 3 of those. And then you have 6 total little colored rubber bands, and there should be 2 of those for each of the harmonicas. And then you're gonna have 3 different straws, so again, 1 for each of your harmonicas. And you might not use all of the straw, so just know that you're probably gonna have leftover straw bits as you kind of complete your different harmonicas that we're building today. And so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna take you through building the biggest harmonica. Now, my sample that I showed you earlier that I played a few notes on was the medium-sized one. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you how to build the large one, and then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna repeat those steps for the medium-sized one and the small one. And then when we're all done with all 3, what you can do is you can play them and see how the sounds differ between the big one and the medium one and the little one. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna jump right into building our harmonica. So I'm gonna go ahead and push these supplies off to the side because we don't need those right now. So what I have in front of me are my 2 really, really big popsicle sticks, okay? And then I have 2 of the colored rubber bands, 1 of the brown rubber bands, and then 1 of my straws. And the first step to this project, and again, littles and caregivers, you're gonna be working together. So whatever you think you can help with, go ahead, and then caregivers, you're gonna be there to support them in making their harmonicas. So the very first thing that we are going to do is we are gonna take 1 of our popsicle sticks, okay, so I've got 1 of my popsicle sticks, and the brown rubber band. And what you're gonna do is you are going to stretch this brown rubber band over the popsicle stick, okay? So hopefully you can kind of see that. I've stretched it from this end to this end, so it covers this side and this side, okay? So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is going to be taking your second popsicle stick and laying it over the one with the rubber band. So now you have rubber band on the top, in between, and then there's nothing on this side, okay? So then what you're gonna do is you are going to take the colored rubber bands and you're gonna wrap them around both ends. And you're gonna do it so it's nice and tight because we do not want those popsicle sticks to move, okay? So there's my purple rubber band on this end, and then I'm gonna flip it around and take my other colored rubber band and do the same thing on this side. Okay. Now, our last step before we can start playing our harmonica and seeing how it sounds is we need to put 2 little bits of straw in between our popsicle stick, right about here where my fingers are, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I am going to take my almost finished harmonica, I'm gonna lay my straw over it like this to see how wide I need to cut the bit of straw. So I'm gonna go like that, and watch out because the straw bit will go flying if you don't hold on to it. So we need 2 of those pieces. So now that I've kind of measured that, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Okay, so here, this part is left over. If you wanna keep using it for your other 2 harmonicas, feel free. But I thought, let's add a little bit of color to these projects to make them a little bit more fun. Okay, so now we have cut our 2 pieces of straw, the width of our popsicle sticks here. Now, this part is gonna be a little bit tricky, so caregivers, be ready. Again, what we wanna do is we wanna smash this piece of straw in between our 2 popsicle sticks. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of flatten it out with your finger. So just push it down as flat as you can get it. And then caregivers, if you can kind of hold open, or you might have to loosen up the rubber bands a little bit. Maybe it was a little bit too early for me to tighten them up all the way. So I'm gonna loosen up my rubber band just a little bit. And then what I'm gonna do is kind of try to pop that open a little bit, and then I'm gonna slide that right in there. Oh, and you see it just popped out. Okay, so this part is a little bit tricky, and you do want it to go kind of underneath your rubber band there. So again, caregivers, this part is a little bit tricky to get, but if you just work it in there with your fingers, and then let me show you what it looks like up close. So that is what you want it to look like on both ends. Okay, so I'm gonna work on that other end now. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen up my rubber band just a little bit so I can slide it in there. So we're gonna flatten it out, gonna flatten our straw piece out, and then we're gonna slide it in there. Okay, and then I'm gonna tighten my rubber bands a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Now, technically, our harmonica is ready to be tested, okay? All right, everyone, so I have my big jumbo harmonica that I built with you on camera, and then I also have my sample one that I showed you earlier in the video, so the medium-sized one. And what I wanna do is I wanna test them out and see what they sound like, okay? So here we go. Do you think it's gonna work? Let's see what kind of noises I can make. Okay, now let's test out my other one, my medium-sized one again. That sounds a little bit different, doesn't it? Now, the thing that I found is that you can try to move your little straw piece inwards a little bit to kind of make some different noises. You can experiment by adding some more straw pieces to see what that does to the noise that it makes. But either way, I hope that you had all sorts of fun building your harmonicas today. And again, if you just follow the step-by-step instructions that I gave you for the jumbo one, you can make your medium and your small size and then do some comparing of what different sounds it makes. Before we say goodbye for today, I just wanted to thank everybody so much for following along with me today. I hope you and your caregiver had all sorts of fun making your harmonicas. Now, we love to get updates on your projects and how they turned out, so I would love it if you send us a picture or even a video of you playing your harmonicas, and you can send those to the email address on the screen below. And stay tuned because we do have another Virtual STEM Club Littles Edition project coming out in the spring, so make sure to check out our spring calendar coming out in March. And let me know if you have any questions or if you had any issues in completing your harmonicas. All right, until next time, bye for now.